Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you here again in the lecture series named Comprehend Noble Quran with Dr. Zia. Today's lecture is about the Holy Book of Allah, and today I will be reciting the first ever surah or chapter of the Noble Quran, and then translation of that, and then interpretation, finding out the lessons towards our life so that we can get help, guidance from the word of Allah. Let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صدق الله العظيم. So, after the recitation, let's move ahead. Let me tell you that this surah in the Noble Quran is called Surah Al-Fatiha. It is in English called the opening. It has 6 verses, plus if we add Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, so it makes 7 verses. The total number of words are 29, and the total letters are 143. So let's talk about the overview of the topics, what this surah is covering, the overview of the Surah Al-Fatiha or the opening. Let me tell you that this surah is called Makki Surah. It was revealed in Makkah al-Mukarramah on the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This surah is about the supplication of Allah Almighty for guidance, and that God is enough for guidance. Now, let me tell you that from verse 1 to 7, we request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his guidance. This surah describes the primary and foundational principles of Quran in condensed, squeezed, summary-oriented manner or in a form. It is a prayer to God that is described here, which encompasses all needs and requirements of human life. So if we translate the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, it states, in the name of Allah Almighty, the most gracious, the most merciful. The second verse is Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Translation: all praise and thanks are Allah's, the Lord of Al-Amin. Maliki Yawmiddin, the most, that comes later on. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim means the most gracious, the most merciful. Maliki Yawmiddin, the only honor, the only ruling judge of the day of recompense or the day of resurrection. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een means you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help, we seek help. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim means guide us on or towards the righteous path, towards the straight way. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Translation: the way of those whom you have bestowed your grace, means the path of prophets and righteous people who followed them, not the way of those who earned your anger. So, it is a supplication of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, comprehension. Let's try to comprehend what are the important lessons here in Surah Al-Fatiha. First, we say, all praise and thanks are Allah's, the Lord of Al-Amin. What does Al-Amin mean here in Holy Quran, the Noble Quran? If we talk about Al-Amin here in the Noble Quran, it states that Al-Amin includes all the creatures, including mankind, the jinn, and all that exists. So, thanking to the supreme entity that is called Rabb in Arabic language, Rabb means only and the only Lord of all the universe, and He is the Creator, including everything that is known to us or that is unknown to us, that is seen or unseen, over the earth, under the earth, in the skies or above the skies, on the ocean or under the ocean. So including that includes even the viruses, bacteria, jinn, evil spirits, human beings, plants, and everything. So that's called Rabb. So the third verse where it speaks that you are the most gracious, the most merciful. So to whom we are asking for help? Who is that? Who? The answer, the one whose mercy is greatest. The one whose kindness and graciousness is the greatest. Only we can ask to that entity. In the fourth verse, it is again, the question arises, again who? Explain further. The answer in the verse 4 is the only honor and the only ruling judge, the powerful entity of the day of recompense, the day of resurrection. What does it refer? We refer, if we ask that, if we ask for help, we refer to the biggest day when all would be called for result, and the result of our deeds would be announced. What they did with the lives, what we did with our lives, and the result would be given to them, to all of us, I mean. That is the biggest day. So that would be powerful day, never seen before, and never would be seen again. So again, referring that we ask are referring to the entity who is the only owner of that biggest powerful day, the day of resurrection. He would be the judge of that day, the day of recompense. Alright, in 5th verse, we again, it states here that you alone, you Allah Almighty alone, we worship. And you, Allah Almighty alone, we ask for help for each and everything, because no one can or has the ability, competency, or even power, or even has the vision to guide us towards the right path. If you don't allow, if Allah Almighty does not allow or gives hadayah, it is impossible for any person to help others or guide others. It's having deep meaning. Means until you don't bless. Until Allah Almighty, oh Allah Almighty, you don't bless us with hadayah. The 6th verse, the lesson in the 6th verse is, it says, please guide us to the straight way. So what is the straight way or straight path? That is the question. The straight way or the straight path is based on the guidance, the path of guidance. And here, let me tell you that there are 2 types of guidance, which the Quran is referring. First guidance is the guidance of tawfiq. The guidance of tawfiq. What does it mean? It's totally up to Allah Almighty whether He opens one's heart to receive the truth. What does it mean to receive the truth? Means believing in the oneness of Allah Almighty and following the righteous path. That is the acceptance of truth or receiving the truth. If the reception is closed, then we cannot get guidance. It is just like this. If we have a glass of glass, and if it's upside down, then it's closed. No matter how much rain or how much water you put or pour on it, it will not get filled until and unless it goes on its proper position to get itself filled. The second type of hadayah or second type of guidance actually is the guidance of irshad. What does it mean, the guidance of irshad? It means through preaching of truth. Once you get that, once you get the truth, now the second guidance is how to preach it to the other people so that you bring others as well towards the righteous path. So here the lesson is that we ask, we request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please guide us on both paths, on both ways, on both processes. Alright, so in the last verse, it states, please guide us towards the righteous path. Which righteous path? Now further explanation is given, and that states that the way or path of those whom you have bestowed your grace. Means, who are those? The means the prophets, the path of prophets and righteous people who followed them. And then we ask, please do not let us walk on the path that is not the true path, that is not the righteous path. What is that path? It says, not the way of those who earned your anger. What a misfortune for those people who earn the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those those whose intentions are prevented. Perverted actually. Their intentions are perverted. They know the truth, actually. They know the truth, yet do not follow it. What a misfortune for those people. Secondly, also we request, please do not allow us to move on the another path. Means, which path? Nor of those who went astray. Who were those who went astray? Those who have lost the true knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed them with the knowledge, but they lost it. So they wander in error, in mistake, and they keep on doing blunders in their lives and are not guided to the truth. So in the last verse, we request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us towards the righteous path, the path of prophets and the righteous followers. And we request again, please save us from not going to those two paths. One, those who are moving on the path, who are walking on the path, and they earn your anger. And the second path, not of those who are, lost. Once they were blessed with the knowledge and truth, but they lost it. So please save us from those two paths. Please save us from becoming those two, among those two people or group of people. So the way of prophets, what is the way of prophets? The path of righteous people. The way of prophets, the path of righteous people is further explained, means as-siddiqeen. As-siddiqeen, more specifically, followers of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, like Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Raziallahu Ta'ala, the martyrs, and the righteous people, those who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So, today we covered Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening of the Holy Quran, and we translated it, we interpreted, and we found out the lessons of guidance for us. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us. My name is Dr. Zia. May Allah Almighty bless you all. Please share, if you like, my humble contribution. Share with your family, friends, and your fellows. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.